More than a month has passed since we heard the shocking news that 23-year-old Kristen Grindley was found bleeding and unconscious in the middle of a dark Pullman highway. Good evening, I'm Tori Brunetti. Today, Kristen is on a tough road to recovery and her father is speaking out for the first time. It's an interview you'll only see here. KXLY4's Colleen O'Brien spoke with him this afternoon, and Colleen, her dad said Kristen still doesn't know what happened to her.
Yeah, exactly. The extent of her brain injury is such that she cannot recall yet what happened to her. It's sort of hard to understand, but her dad describes it as being in a fog. That fog is slowly lifting, and she's getting bits and pieces of her memory back, just not the memory of what happened to her that early morning on November 11th.
911, what's the address to your emergency?
I'm not at an address. I'm at the top of the hill on the Pullman Albion Road. There's a lady laying in the middle of the street. She looks like she got hit by a car.
It was, the worst thing that any parent could ever experience. It's that phone call that everybody dreads.
Rick Grindley put it this way. His daughter was left for dead.
Your heart ached because it was every inch of her body. You could see the scrapes and bruises.
She had multiple fractured bones.
It was so ugly. That first day was just, I could not believe anybody could do that to her and leave her.
Her most serious injury, trauma to her brain, which is why 6 weeks later, she still can't recall what happened to her that night. Her dad can only piece things together.
We know that Kristen was safe in the house that she was sharing with her boyfriend until about 1:27 in the morning.
But what led up to that moment when someone found Kristen clinging to life in the middle of a dark highway, he still doesn't know.
As a father, you just feel like, it's your responsibility to protect your kids, and then it feels like, how'd I let her down?
So for now, they're focusing on Kristen's long recovery.
Friday, I was there with her, and she just whipped through a full 30 minutes of speech therapy.
He attributes her progress lovingly to her stubbornness and fighting spirit.
She's not going to give up, and she was on the treadmill last week when I was there over at the rehab center, and you could just see it in her that she's going to get better.
And Kristen, she spent weeks in the ICU at Sacred Heart. She was recently moved to St. Luke's Rehabilitation, but had a setback this week. She has blood clots. They're dealing with that now at Sacred Heart, but her dad expects she will be back at St. Luke's to do the full recovery and rehabilitation. Live in Spokane, Colleen O'Brien, KXLY4 HD News.